Hello friends and welcome to the Crypto Stacker channel. My name is Dean. If you're watching my videos for the first time, please know I only make them for entertainment, education, and for community building in the crypto space. So please do your own research before investing. Hey everybody, happy Terarium Tuesday. Before I jump into the video, I just want to say I hope everybody had a nice chance here over the last several days to hopefully enjoy a holiday, a good meal, spend time with people that you care about, and decompress a little bit. To just be able to put the work aside for a little bit, to be able to put the markets aside for a little bit, and slow down, count your blessings, take stock in the things that are good in your life. I definitely have a lot of things to be thankful for, and Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, mostly because I was born on Thanksgiving Day. So I did celebrate a birthday this last week as well, and it was a big one for me. 50, tough, right? Tough stuff, but it's causing me to do a lot of thinking, kind of take stock in where I'm at, and, knowing that I've got mortality coming against me now, I'm starting to ramp up my goals and really push to get some of the things done that I want to do to have a positive impact on the world, and of course, to do good things for my family and myself as well as time moves on. All right, enough about me. Let's jump in and talk a little bit about crypto. Before I talk about Terareum specifically, I had a thought about the Terareum Exchange that should be launching here in about 4 weeks, right? We're actually less than a month away from the launch, should be December the 26th. And I was just kind of looking over the total market. Currently, the total market cap is about 870 billion. That is a far cry from where it was this time last year. This was a $3 trillion market. But if you look at the volume for the last 24 hours, it's really quite astounding. $53 billion in 24-hour crypto volume. So I started thinking about that number, the Terareum Exchange, and how if the exchange can be launched successfully and they can get a very teeny tiny piece of this $53 billion daily pie, that could be a great thing for us as investors, right? Because we need a development team that has the financial means to continue to pursue the Terareum ecosystem, to be able to bring these innovative products that will give value to the tokens that you and I are participating in buying. So I just thought, that's interesting. Just a quick kind of thought for you guys too, in terms of why might the Terareum team want to be successful on a long-term basis rather than, as some people have suggested, that maybe they're trying to pump the price and just make short-term gains. The long-term potential for this project so far outweighs any potential short-term gains that I think the team's motivated to get things done. I certainly hope so. All right, let's jump over and look at what's going on with Terareum. So currently, price of Terareum is 9057, staying up 2% from yesterday at this time. And, looking at this here, this is a 24-hour chart. Looking to me like, yeah, it's just peaking above its highest price of the day right now. Yeah, it's right there about its highest price of at least the last 24 hours. If we look at the 7-day chart, of course, up about 6%, up about 0.5% the last 14 days. And then, of course, if we pull in data from the first part of November when the crypto market just got hammered, down about 48%. So those of you who bought early this month, these are tough times, but December to me looks very promising. I mean, you have to do your own research. You can tell me what you think is going to happen in December in the comments below, and then we'll just have to kind of see who's right. I've been wrong before. I'm totally comfortable with that at this point because I don't have a crystal ball. Let's look, though, at what the Terareum team is planning on doing here in the month of December. So I will say I've had short conversations with RD Price, had a short conversation with Dr. Praveen, and both of those were kind of centered around some increased communication that the Terareum team plans on bringing us, the community, in December. And I will say, while they didn't really have any information to share with me that you guys don't have access to in their Twitter feeds, I could get a pretty strong sense that both RD and Dr. Praveen are excited about where the project is headed, that they're very optimistic about the launch of the exchange. And that for me was good to kind of see, good to get a sense of. All right, so the Terareum Twitter feed, they did drop a schedule for communications in December. And guys, this is a major step up in communication. And again, I think they're wanting to build some excitement around this, but they're also wanting to share their excitement and the progress of the project as we get closer to the launch of the exchange. So you can see here, this week on Friday, RD Price is going to be hosting a live stream on his channel with the team. And then as you can see, I will be hosting 3 live streams in December also. So a big step up in communication. Normally we're used to seeing the team do, maybe every other month a live stream. But with all that's going on, and I'm sure, again, wanting to build some excitement and get us as a community hyped up about it, we're going to see a lot of regular communication from the team. So get your questions ready. It should be pretty exciting. Now, Milton also dropped a tweet yesterday that just says, while they are launching the exchange on the 26th of December, they can't wait to show us how beautiful the exchange is going to be. So we're going to get a sneak peek from December 4th to the 7th. They're going to upload the loading page or the landing page for us to check out. Of course, the landing page is the opening page of the website that will be the Terareum Exchange, where I'm sure there'll be links to set up your account. None of those links will be live at this point, but it sounds like we're going to get a sneak peek at it. And I think that's good, right? It's kind of a good faith effort to show us that, yes, the product is coming. Yes, there's work being done on it. So good stuff there. All right. Before I close out, I do want to look or just show you a couple things from Dr. Praveen's page as well. Dr. Praveen always tries to keep it positive, but there are 2 things here that I thought were great. First of all, this is just a nice mantra for life. So as you get set up for 2023 and some of the goals you're going to do, this might be a great place to start. It's a Warren Buffett quote, and it just says, surround yourself with people that push you to do better. No drama or negativity, just higher goals and higher motivation, good times and positive energy, no jealousy or hate, simply bringing out the absolute best in each other. So wise words from Warren Buffett, but this is the tweet that I really wanted to focus in on here. Now, one theme that's been pretty continuous from the launch of this project, or at least since I started following the team, is that they wanted to have a high level of transparency with the community and a high level of compliance and security for investors. So that goes back to trying to make sure they have appropriate business licenses, that they're registered to do business in the places where they're going to be opening up the exchanges. And from quite a ways back, we've been hearing this team call for maybe a little more guardrails or input from governments about how cryptocurrencies should be regulated. Now, that's kind of an interesting concept, because crypto was essentially created around the concept of decentralization, meaning that no centralized power would have the ability to take control of the crypto marketplace. And that's a blessing and a curse, right? I love the concept of decentralization, but those of us who've been watching for quite some time, and we've seen it again here recently, know that when there are no guardrails or people aren't held to certain standards, things can get a little bit out of control, and it puts investors at risk. So, I mean, here in this little tweet, you've got Milton's quote from the Forbes article last week, where he's just saying, until there's some degree of guardrails in place, that, people are going to potentially continue to see dark times in crypto. And he talks about the Loomis bill. Of course, Dr. Praveen also added his own tweet to this from a little while back, where he talks about the fact that things that are playing out in the current crypto space, he was, having concerns about this way back in terms of having some guardrails or protections in place. He actually has pictures of himself with the two senators involved in this crypto bill, Senators Loomis and Gillibrand. And so that's something I still want to talk to him about. So Praveen, if you're watching in one of these upcoming live streams, I'd kind of like to ask you about those pictures. Like, how did it work out that you ended up in a room with U.S. senators in a crypto type summit? So interesting stuff. But it is a comfort to me to know that, you know, the team's goal or aspiration is to have a safe and secure place for people to be able to trade cryptocurrencies. All right. The last thing that I would like to do today is just give you a quick peek at my reflections. So my bag is currently sitting at 11,183,720,000,000 tokens of Terarium. That's an increase of 314 million over last week. And that brings my total since February 21st, since I started tracking, to about 43.7 billion Terarium tokens. Okay, so these are rewards tokens that I've received for just being a holder. If you're wondering what these reflections are I'm talking about, I would suggest just go to the Terareum website. It's terarium.com. Scroll pretty much all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see that every time somebody transacts in Terarium or buys or sells it, there's a 1% tax that goes towards a burn. Those tokens are moved to a dead wallet. They're out of circulation. And 1% go back to rewards or reflections to token holders. So, you know, it's kind of a small consolation for being a holder. Certainly at this point isn't making up for the fact that the markets have been brutal. But it's better than nothing while we're waiting. And I have had projects where my reflections actually became worth more than my initial investment in those projects. So this could really total up to a tidy sum if Terarium takes off and does well in the future. All right, folks, hope you're doing really well. I appreciate you stopping in. Check back with me soon. We'll watch our crypto stacks grow together.